true test of someone in their character in real estate investing is what happens in a tough situation. Are they going to suck it up, bite the bullet? Or are they going to flee away from you, not pay you, and keep the money? Hey guys, Zach and Flip with Rick here. I wanted to give you a stark warning today and telling you the worst possible things that can happen when you put your money in someone else's hands and you're not in control of your destiny. Let's get into it and let's talk about how Cardone Capital has failed real estate investing and put a bad name on the industry. So guys, I'm not talking my butt here. This is breaking news. Cardone Capital has stopped paying their investors.
That we are suspending distributions to our investors for April, May, and June.
Holy moly. That is insane. I know guys that are doing millions and millions of dollars in funds that they give to their guys. They're young guys too, really successful guys. I've never heard of them stopping funds for 90 days. This is literally insane. Now this begs the question, why is he doing this? You have to give your investors the money or they're just gonna flee out of there. But wait, there's a catch. Cardone Capital has clauses where you can't get out unless it's a crazy circumstance. And so he's keeping the money in there for safekeeping. Now, it seems like a smart business move if I was the investor, but he really made this marketing pitch of he's gonna pay you every month. And he's the guy with the hat saying, cash flow, cash flow, cash flow. 90 days without cash flow? Some of these people need this money. Now, that's the reason why people get into real estate. That's why I love buy and hold real estate. You get significant cash flow and you get paid every single month. This is unbelievable, guys. Now, Cardone Capital, if you don't know what that is Grant Cardone's fund. You know, I am a big fan of him. I like what he does. He does push very good content for beginning real estate investors. Not for the best for wholesaling, but I hate to really be a negative Nelly when it comes to this, but I have to speak the truth here. I told everyone from the beginning, don't invest in Cardone Capital. Invest in your own real estate investing and wholesaling business, and the dividends will be far greater. And if you have the money for rentals, put it in rentals. It'd be way better. Now, a couple really good buddies I had that actually went on the Bag Services podcast, I was talking to them and they showed me some crazy letters, guys. They didn't get their checks that they usually get. When you're in Cardone Capital, you usually expect monthly distributions from the fund itself. And there's multiple funds in there, but usually you get a monthly distribution, and this was Grant's favorite thing to do. He always bragged about how he gave his investors everything, and this thing is almost recession proof.
Like the idea of the passive income. Look, the only reason anybody buys real estate is to get checks. Nobody but 300 investors right here. We're finishing the
Now, my buddy Kyle Stanley at Fearless Flipping is actually an investor at Cardone Capital, and this was his reaction and reading of the letter he got from Cardone Capital yesterday.
Guys, if you're a Grant Cardone fan, you need to listen to this right now. I used to be a Grant Cardone fan too, but and yes, he is the reason I got into real estate, but I cannot put up with this any longer. He laid off 42 of his employees when all this stuff went down. The guy who claims to be so rich and has a plane and has Bentleys can't even bankroll or chooses not to bankroll for 42 employees who are going through tough times. That's number one. But then number two, I get this email right now with Cardone Capital, which, by the way, I made a video a while ago about, is Cardone Capital legit? And I'm really, really wanting you to go watch that right now on the YouTube channel. Just Google, is Cardone Capital legit, Fearless Flipping, and you'll find it. But this is absurd. He says, Dear Kyle, as an investor at Cardone Capital, I wanted to give you an update on April collections. To date, we have collected 92% of rents, which is above the national average of 74%, which sounds really good, right? I mean, and he even goes on to say it's because we have... But despite the good news of collections, I'm taking the prudent and conservative actions to pause distributions for the next 90 days until the economy becomes more stable. So what you're saying is that you want to hold on to the money because you don't know what's going to happen with the economy and it only affects you. That's what I hear. I don't care what you mean by that. That's all I hear. Because if you cared about your investors, you'd bite the bullet. If you cared about your employees, you'd bite the bullet and you would do what's right. I have employees right now that I can't afford. I'm losing money by holding on to them, but it's the right freaking thing to do. And if you've been doing if you've been practicing what you preach, which is save your money and don't spend on stupid stuff, which by the way, not you. You've been buying Bentleys, you've been buying airplanes, you've been buying all this stupid stuff, and you've been being the person that you say not to be on social media. And that's why you're in this position. That's why you can't be man enough to tell people that you don't have the money to do this, or you do have the money to do this and you're being greedy and you don't care about anyone else. That's the way I see it. If you don't agree with me, in fact, share this with Grant Cardone. Take this story, share it with him.
Guys, it finally happened. Cardone Capital has stopped giving payments to their investors. It really bothers me the way that this thing all went down. You know, I just wish Cardone Capital really, I thought he was going to do better. You know, just him firing his staff is bad. Like, we have staff now. I don't want to keep him on. I don't want to pay him. But, you know, we promised him. We have verbal agreements. I'm a man of my word. It's the way I do real estate transactions. It's the way that I've been so successful in wholesaling is I'm great at rapport and I'm a genuine person. When I talk to people, I legitimately care and understand for their solutions. Grant Cardone did the same exact thing, except he's screwing people in the end. So I do ask you, when you hear someone trying to get money from you, what's their goal? What are they going to do in tough times? Tough times like this is where you really see what people are doing. Patagonia is keeping their guys. They're keeping them. They're not firing anyone. But there is other companies that are keeping their workers, and this is huge. As a business owner, you need to suck it up sometimes and be a man of your word. This lying stuff in real estate just can't go on. And I don't know if Grant's reputation is going to survive like this. Now, I really hate being negative with people, but I do have a special place in my heart, which I get very angry. This is different than Rick. If you lie and you take money from people that just trusted you, it really irks me and it really gets me mad. I wanted to create this video not to be negative to Grant, because I have been negative before saying don't invest in Cardone Capital. Don't do it, guys. But I want to give you a stark warning. If you have an investor buddy saying, just give me the 100 grand and I'll take care of everything, and you're expecting the cash flow and he gives you a nice sales pitch, be careful, guys. There's ethical people out there and there's unethical. And the real true test of someone in their character in real estate investing is what happens in a tough situation. Are they going to suck it up, bite the bullet? Or are they going to flee away from you, not pay you, and keep the money?
My last quarrel with Grant Cardone is Cardone Capital is he's sort of acting like a Ponzi scheme. He's telling people he'll pay him every single month and to expect returns, and people are putting in hundreds of thousands of dollars into him because they think they're getting payments every month. This sounds like a Ponzi scheme, and now he's stopped paying. Here's an example of one of Grant's employees most likely got fired. Employee staff, he fired 80 of them, and all these employees were invested in Cardone Capital, and now he stopped paying. Here's an example of how he got one of his employees to give him $100,000 in Cardone Capital, and the employee was expecting monthly payments.
And says, I would like to give you money.
Well, I keep getting paid every month from my other investments from you.
Yeah, how much you get last month?
$875 between the two.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude.
100.
800, that's what, 10,000 a year?
Yeah. Oh, no.
That's where you invest, CardoneCapital.com. Dave did it, Ryan takes it.
It's right. And then I get a check. Thanks, man.
Thanks for being my partner, man.
Absolutely, thank you. And then I get a check.
If Grant really cared about his investors, he would have just sucked it up and paid the investors and take the loss. He has to be a man of his word here, but he was not. This piggybacks right off of his recent announcement of firing sales staff and all the other people in his marketing departments, digital media, things like that. This guy who bought a nice Lamborghinis, he has these big events, these big planes going everywhere. And now he's firing people, not paying? What's going on? I've said this before and I'll say this again, guys. Don't rely on other people's money. Now, this is a different quote than what Grant says. Grant is huge on using other people's money, leveraging them. If they get screwed, they're done. and he's fine. He gets his fees. So you guys really need to be careful. I hate to call him a trickster, but he's taking people's money. He's not giving them exactly what he got. I'm expecting lawsuits. I heard people already trying to sue from what they fired him. And he's taking legal action. Very famous quote from him.
Ain't nobody suing you right now, bro. And nobody's suing anybody right now. Like,
this is unbelievable, guys. I don't know how people stand up. This is unbelievable, guys. This is breaking news from real estate Cardone Capital investors sharing this information. This is not good, man. This is just, it's bad business, and it's not the way to do it. The way you really should be doing it is controlling your own destiny. If you control your destiny, you're the one in charge. You don't have to rely on people lying to you, tricking you, using your money and trying to make money off of you. The profit's in you. Now, it might take more work, but no one's gonna screw you. You're in charge. And you might suck it up and have to learn some things in real estate investing. That's what the best real estate investors know. They suck it up, they learn the trade, and they don't rely on other people. That's the best part. I know renters, guys making lots of money. They own hundreds of properties in the South, and they are still getting their rent checks, and it's keeping them alive and surviving. These people put their life savings at Cardone Capital, and he's just screwing them. If you want to learn how to be a real, complete real estate investor and not rely on other people to make you money, and interesting quote is, give a man a fish, feed him for a day, teach him how to fish, and feed him for a lifetime. This is what we're trying to do here at Flip with Rick. We're trying to teach you how to become a complete real estate investor the best possible so you can make money in all ends. Make money wholesaling, make money in creative finance, make money buying and maybe holding, or maybe buying and flipping, and just, we're trying to teach you everything in real estate investing to do it yourself. I don't want to create funds and do it for people without having the great reputation. This is the end of my rant. I'm sorry for this. I don't want to come off negative, but when you lie and cheat the people that trust you the most, you got to be careful. Now, I wish I had a hat saying that I am a great guy and I won't screw you. That's basically what Grant Cardone did here. He had a hat that said cash flow on it, and in the end, he said, no cash flow for 90 days. We're keeping the money. I'm firing a lot of my staff. Go on your own. That is just not ethical, guys. You need to understand how to become a complete real estate investor by yourself, become educated. You don't have to do this alone, guys. So Zach and Flip with Rick, go to flipwithrick.com, learn more about becoming a complete real estate investor, and I hope to see you soon. Thanks.